Hello and welcome back to X Made Easy. This is lesson 2 of Unit 2 of the Algebra 1 series. Today we're going to be building on what we learned in the last lesson of one-step equations, but now it's going to be two-step equations. If you understand one-step equations, then this will be a breeze. So let's get started. So a two-step equation requires two inverse operations. A one-step equation requires one, but this requires two inverse operations. And what we learned inverse operations were the opposite of what is going on. So if it's addition, then it will be subtraction. And if it's multiplication, then it will be division, and vice versa. The goal of the one-step equation is to find the variable. Or we have to isolate the variable. So I'm going to do a quick example for you on how to do this one right here. So it says 2x plus 4 is equal to 8. So we isolate the variable last. So the first step is to inverse the constants. So the constants, we learned that also. But we gotta subtract 4. And whatever we do to one side, we always have to do to the other. So we subtract 4 there. And then you will actually get 2x is equal to 4. And now it's just going to be a one-step equation. So whatever we have to do on one side, we always have to do to the other. And the inverse of multiplication is division. So we divide that by 2, divide this by 2, and then we isolate this x now because the 2's cancel out. X is equal to 4 divided by 2, which is also known as 2. Okay, now let's try some, okay? How about you pause the video now? And if you want, we can go over this. But I'm just going to start right now. You may pause the video and try it out yourself. Okay, so first we have 3x minus 4 is equal to 11. So we have to isolate the variable last. So we have to add 4 because it says subtracting 4. So we got to take the inverse and then we add 4 here. 3x is equal to 15 divided by 3. X is equal to 5. And then number 2, 5y plus 2 is equal to negative 8. So when you subtract negative 2, we subtract negative 2 on the other side. So negative 8 minus 2 is negative 10. Then 5y is equal to negative 10. Then to isolate the variable, we divide it by 5. The 5's cancel out. You get y is equal to negative 2. Because it's negative 10 divided by 5. And then negative 2a plus 7 is equal to 1. Subtract 7 because it's plus 1, so we're the inverse of that. And then we subtract 7 here. And negative 2a is equal to 1 minus 7, which is also known as negative 6. Then divide this by negative 2, and this by negative 2, and the negatives cancel out. The negative 2 and the negative 2 here also cancel out. So a is equal to 6 divided by 2, which is also 3. Okay, now I want you to do these practice problems. This time I actually want you to pause the video and actually try it out yourself, okay? Okay, so let's start. So 2x plus 3 is equal to 9. This is a question 1, same as the one before. And then now we just have to subtract 3 to make 2x is equal to 6. And then we divide it by 2 to isolate the variable. 2's cancel out. X is equal to 6 divided by 2, which is also known as x is equal to 3. 4y minus 5 is equal to 11. So plus 5 and then plus 5 here. 4y is equal to 16 divided by 4. 4's cancel out. Y is equal to 16 divided by 4, which is also known as 4. Okay, question 3. Negative 3a plus 7 is equal to 1. So let's subtract 7 here. And then we have negative 3a is equal to 1 minus 7, which is negative 6. Negative 3, negative 3, negative 3 is cancelled out. This negative cancels out. So you have a is equal to 2. 6 divided by 3 is 2. 5b plus 4 is equal to negative 16. So subtract 4. And then we get 5b is equal to negative 16 minus negative 4. Negative 16 minus 4, which is also known as negative 20. Divided by 5, then b is equal to negative 4. Okay, last and final problem. Negative 2m minus 3 is equal to 7. So let's add 3 to both sides. Negative 2m is equal to 7 plus 3, which is 10, divided by negative 2. And then m, these cancel out. And since it is negative, m is equal to negative 5. I think that's the end of our lesson today. Great job. We learned how to do two-step equations. This was also a short one. So So now you know how to solve two-step equations using inverse operations. So to keep practicing, you'll be ready for multi-step equations in no time. If this lesson helped, hit that like button and subscribe for more Algebra 1 lessons. See you in the next video. Bye-bye.